My name's Tim Walker, number 52 from the Bay City Buccaneers, and you're watching Gridiron Victoria TV.
Come here, fighter! Buccaneers booyah on 3. 1, 2, 3! Buccaneers booyah!
Hi, I'm Ellie Dean and welcome to the third edition of Gridiron Victoria TV. You're joining me on tonight's program at the Tony Dodemaide Oval in Footscray, the home of the Western Crusaders. In this episode, the Raiders host a huge Independence Day celebration showcasing Gridiron Victoria in more ways than one. We'll take an in-depth look at both sides favoured to take out their division's Vic Bowl. And of course, we'll look at all the highlights from weeks 8, 9 and 10. Let's kick off the show in Croydon, where the Stars host the Crusaders and the Rangers battle it out in the mud against the Raiders in an intra-division week 8 of Gridiron Victoria. Round 8 began with a cold Saturday morning in Croydon. As expected, the day belonged to the much stronger First Division Crusaders. Despite Richard Garraway's best efforts to gain yards and look like scoring, they never did, and every drive from the Crew was too much for the Stars to cope with. Final score 36-0. The eastern suburban locals were hoping their first side would put in a better performance against last year's Division 2 champs, the Raiders. Both teams came to win, but the Northern Raiders mightn't have anticipated the muddy conditions at Ranger Field. They looked like witches' hats as Rangers defensive back Tyson Burgess made this rushing play look like a training drill for him and his blockers. The Raiders' offense didn't stand a chance, and almost every single drive from the Rangers was a scoring one, as we saw here from wide receiver Ian Box on 4th down, finding his way into the end zone with ease. Both sides kept the pressure up in defence, Rangers quarterback Mark Ursu even getting sacked here. This late TD from Jacob Millman almost saw him slide into oncoming traffic. Croydon Rangers 60, Northern Raiders nothing. Well, Rangerfield certainly lived up to its reputation of being the sloppiest ground in the league indefinitely. The next day, Mel Martin's Berwick Miners hosted Dan Levin's Melbourne Uni Royals at Rawling Field. Miners quarterback Andrew Nixon didn't like the sound of a miracle and made sure of it early on, finding Jason Howlett for the opening score. Although just as easily on the other side of the field, Blair Black passes to an open Chris Toohey in the end zone and gets a quick reply for the Royals. The Division 2 hopefuls, who are looking to make history in being the first Div 2 side to get the better of a Div 1 side, spectacularly got to the 2-point conversion through a masterful run from Blair Black. But order was restored as the much more experienced Miners took back the lead and took back the game at their home field in Endeavour Hills. Final score, Miners 32, Royals 14.
Well, as I said to the guys in the huddle today, against the last time in the Warriors, it was 6-0 up until late in the fourth quarter. Our offence has now got some confidence about themselves, the belief in themselves. I think it'll be a different game next week, and who knows?
Our goal, we want to win the Vic Bowl. That's all we're thinking about. Touchdowns are good, highlights are good too. I mean, personally, I'd like to, I want to win the Vic Bowl. I want to win the MVP, and I want to win the MVP of the Vic Bowl, and I want to keep it in Melbourne, and then I want everybody to come to Melbourne and we like to get on top and stay on top.
It's no wonder I've turned grey, because they can be so dominant and then make some silly mistakes. We came into the game with total respect for what the Royals are.
And how are you going to go into next week?
Hard, man. Yeah, I feel bad for the Barbs. I'm sorry to say that, fellas, but we're coming hard. We're coming hard the rest of the season. And I hate to say this after a loss, but we're coming for that Vic Bowl trophy, and we're going to keep it in Melbourne.
Royals quarterback Blair Black setting the bar high as always. Now, before we go to a break, I should mention that the Glads game against the Bucks was postponed due to flooding at most of Maryvale Reserve and Morwell. It's been rescheduled to week 15, right before the finals in August, a time of year very familiar to the Glads and the Bucks. They'll both want to be in hot form in the stages leading up to, if they're lucky enough, the 2012 Vic Bowls.